Hello everyone and welcome back to Hey Dad RC. Today I'm going to share with you something I picked up on eBay. I spend a decent enough amount of time browsing around on eBay. Normally I really don't buy anything, and I've kind of gotten away from buying older RC cars. I've done a few restorations and I don't know, they just cost a lot of money, and a lot of times with that old plastic I'm a little scared to run them much. But with that being said, I always have my feelers out. Typically for 3 RC cars. One of them, for reasons I'm not entirely sure of, the Traxxas Telluride, I keep an eye out for that. I keep an eye out for the Tamiya Super Hornet, and this one here, the Kyosho Raider. Now, the Raider, I still really don't know much about it, but I, for the most part, blame Craig at the OAG RC and Addam at Addam's Playground too, watching their numerous videos on this car. I just kept circling around back in my head, at some point I'd like to own one. Best that I can tell, these cars came out around 1988, so heck, I was 13. I had my Hornet for a couple of years, and at that point I was just about on my way out of the hobby for a long time. But watching those guys' videos on this car, I just knew I had to, at some point I had to have one. And this one came up as a buy it now option. I didn't really much care for the price on it. It was in my watch list. The seller had sent me an offer for a cheaper price, and I had never done this on eBay before, but I made a counter offer. And I didn't realize if you made a counter offer and they accepted it, you have committed yourself to purchase that. So if you didn't know that, like me, be aware of that. But the offer I made, had it been accepted, I would have been comfortable paying it. I still might have overpaid for it. I don't know. This was originally listed for $175. That's not what I paid. But from what I could tell, it seemed to be in decent shape, and it came with all the stuff here as well. Probably a lot of it I'm probably not even going to use. First off, a Condor 7.2 volt nickel cadmium battery. It's 1200 milliamp hour. Like I said, probably not going to use it. Came with an extra battery cover for the transmitter, extra antenna for the transmitter. This here is a Kyosho 6 to 7.2 volt. They call it a convertible quick charger. You've got Tamiya plugs, alligator clips, and your trusty old cigarette lighter for the car. Again, this probably not going to use either. This bag here of various bits, the seller said that there were extra crystals in here, and this for the most part looks like radio parts. Drop that one on the floor. That's fine right there. This is an AM receiver, another servo. Another wheel for a radio. That board looks like maybe it's seen some better days. That looks like it's a radio, internal radio part as well. Again, so most of these odds and ends I most likely will not use. I can't find the other part that dropped on the floor, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. Hang on, guys. We're getting to the car. I'm not trying to bore you to death. The radio is a Kyosho Pulsar EXP 2001. The seller, like I said, it said that different crystals came with it. There might be one in that bag. Now that I'm looking at it, you know, seems to be in good shape. They had stated that they did power on the car, that it does, you know, does function as it sits, but could use some fine tuning. And let's have a look at the car here. It seems to be in decent shape. I've only given it a quick glance. This showed up, I think, the day before yesterday. I really haven't had a chance to give it a real good look. You've got some bubbling and peeling on the body. From what I see, though, I don't see any cracks. You got parts where the paint's coming up. But overall, the body seems to be in good shape. Like I said, maybe one crack right here. And an odd place for that rear body post. That's going to be a bugger with a spoiler on top to get a body clip in there. Probably have to use pliers to do that. And here's the chassis. And I'm sure a lot of you guys... the heck is that bumper? And the seller had stated this was a bumper somebody else had put on, but they kind of liked it because they felt that it protected the front end quite a bit. And it might do that, but this feels awfully heavy to me. That bumper is going to be going. Problem is to find a new front bumper. I have yet to see one on hop up on eBay. So if anybody out there knows, maybe I don't know if something possibly off of the Kyosho Legendary series, if one of those bumpers might pair up to this, let me know. Other than that, I'll be keeping my eye out on eBay. Parts do not seem to be, at least right now looking online, do not seem to be very plentiful. And I know a lot of guys with these old cars, they like to run the vintage electronics, mechanical speed controller and everything, and yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm spoiled by the technology of today. So most of this stuff is going to be gone. It does have the stock Le Mans 05 in there. Not sure what kind of shape that's in. We'll give it a test. If it seems to be alright, we'll run it. If not, I'll pick something else up for it. Transmission feels alright to me. You know, and this car obviously has seen some miles. Looking underneath, there's scratches on there, but I don't see any rust on the screws, which, I don't know. You guys know me, I'm kind of weird about that. So as far as that goes, it looks clean. Looks like it was pretty much always run, from what I can tell, in a dry environment. And don't mind me, I'm just looking things over here and see if there's any cracks on these braces or not. Hard to tell. Looks like there might be a hairline crack in those braces, those up top braces. Not really gonna know until we get it apart. And like I said, at least in my experience, doing full-on restorations of old RC cars can prove to be a costly endeavor. That's why I don't do it anymore. But this car is going to be a runner. It's not going to be a heavy runner. I mean, heck, most of my cars I don't drive too often for the most part. And something like this isn't going to get a ton of run anyways. But like I said, after watching those guys, their videos on YouTube, I just always was kind of interested about this. I think what was considered, you know, pretty much an entry-level two-wheel drive buggy. One thing that I have not figured out yet is battery fitment, because as it sits right now, a battery's not going to just slide in here. So, yeah. We'll definitely... Definitely going to be a little work involved in this one. Tires look okay. Looks like they were glued on. Although it looks like that glue's coming off. And I did see somewhere that as far as tires for this rim, I thought I saw somewhere that Hornet rear tires will fit these rims, which if that's the case, that'd be pretty cool, because I just happen to have a set of new Hornet tires kicking around here somewhere, so I might be testing out that theory to see if it works. Although I really don't see any cracking. The tires obviously are dry, but I don't see that brittle cracking that you see all too often with these. So yeah, front ones are pretty hard. So yeah, my plan is to just obviously I want to remove the old electronics. I'm just going to put something pretty mild in there, something brushed, and take stuff apart, give it a cleaning, make sure everything works, and do a run. But yeah, if you guys are still watching this, if you have any tips about the battery here, I tried sliding the battery in through here, and it does not go all the way in. And there's got to be some sort of retainment deal maybe that I'm missing here. I'm not sure. And the front bumper, you know, if you guys have any leads on that, be sure to drop them in the comments. I would appreciate that. But yeah, I just thought I would show you. I finally picked up a Raider, thanks to Craig and Addam and their videos. I just knew at some point I had to have one. And from what I see, this is, you know, a lot easier to find on eBay and cheaper than a Super Hornet. So I picked this one up. What did I pay for it? I kind of don't want to tell you guys. I don't know if I did good or not. I paid $140 for all of this. So maybe I overpaid, but I don't know. What are you going to do? I look forward to tearing this apart, getting it cleaned up, and getting it back out on the road. I'm just not sure yet if I'm going to start with this one. I still have the Rally Beetle down here that I want to start building. I went to the hobby shop last week, picked up a paint and bearing kit, so I'm all set to start that build. So I might wait a while to see what parts I can find out there for the Raider. So I'm sorry this one went so long. My apologies. If you guys are still here watching this, I really appreciate that. That's going to wrap this one up, guys. As always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to check out my videos. Till next time, everyone stay safe. We'll see you around.